You know, people often ask us, what does it take to be a good winter talent show host? And the answer? Teamwork.
Every year we come here, hit the gym early. The basketball gym to work on our team skills.
Yeah. If we can get sharp out here, it'll show up on stage.
That's right. That first day back, usually a little bit rough.
Dude, I jammed it. That was my mic hand. Working with Crow, it's awesome. The guy's a real pro.
It's rough. Look at it. You ever do improv with a 10-year-old?
His jokes, so good. Every time he opens his mouth, it's like comic genius.
His jokes are terrible. They make Laffy Taffy look like comic genius.
Crow's voice, the voice of an angel. The guy should be on the radio.
His voice? It's very nasally. Not good. Not good for the microphone.
Might be a lot of work, but when it all comes together, totally worth it.
Good morning and welcome to the 2024 Winter Talent Show. This is one of our longest standing traditions here at West Albany, and we're glad to have you here being a part of it. Speaking of being a part of it, I just saw out in the lobby a West Albany legend, and these lights are way too bright for me to pick her out, but I do know that Susie Osborne is here, so welcome, Susie, wherever you're at. Always a blessing to have you walk back in this building. So this year, our audition numbers were fantastic. I am always incredibly impressed with the talent, not just the skills of the talent, but also the courage and the confidence that our students and our staff have to come and to be a part of this show. And it just, it's very humbling to see.
Yeah, one of the things I tell my speech and debate kids is when you're listening to someone else perform, please be a good audience, because no one wants to look out into a sea of disinterest. So if you could put your cell phones away and be in the moment and enjoy all the talent we have for you today, that would be great. Appreciate it in advance. It's customary for Mr. Ide and I to give some really bad dad jokes at the beginning of the show, and we're ready to do that again. But we thought, maybe some other teachers would want to contribute, because we usually just hunker down and do it ourselves. So we went around the building and asked different teachers if they wanted to contribute. That was the goal, and I think they heard about it ahead of time. I went down to Mr. Mel's room, and before I could say anything, he said, "Hey, Crow, I got some new football uniforms, but they made me drive 3,000 miles to get them." And I said, "Where'd you go?" And he said, "New Jersey."
New Jersey.
Thank
And thank you to both both the people who enjoyed that joke.
That's a lot of work.
I talked with Mr. and Mrs. Haynes, and I said, you guys have been married for a long time. You've been teaching forever. You're just these incredible science teachers. Like, how do you do it all? And they said one word: chemistry.
I went down to Mrs. Victorine to see if she wanted to contribute anything. As soon as she saw me, she grabbed a colander off the shelf and started screaming into it. I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, but I did strain my voice." That's
Well, you're lucky because Vic won't even let me come into her room anymore. It's kind of sad, and I saw it coming. I'm not proud to say it. I stole a utensil out of her room, and it was just this really cool egg beater, and I knew she might kick me out, and she caught me. But you know what? It was a risk I was willing to take.
lose your job for that. You better be careful. I went down to see Mr. Hall, and he's in the middle of this dynamic lecture, sniffing cups and all kinds of things. And he saw me, and he pulled me out to the hall, and he said, "Hey, Crow, I don't know if I can teach anymore." I said, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I don't know, I'm just getting all psyched out." That's the worst one.
I don't know. Try this one. Speaking of Mr. Halls, I was talking with Ricky Hall, and he told me, he says, I'm not just a shop teacher. He said, on the side, I sell these wood-framed mirrors. And I said, wow, why mirrors? And he says, I don't know, I can just really see myself working with them.
I like the applause. That's a good one. Well, after we compile all these jokes, we have to run it by the administration to make sure we're not saying anything that could get us in trouble. So I went to Mr. Engel, and before I could say anything, he said, "Hey, Crow, I have a son in the Navy, and I have a daughter who teaches Spanish. Do you know what that makes me in the holiday season?" I said, "No," and he said, "A Feliz Navy dad." Mr. Hyde wrote that one and gave it to me. That's how generous he is.
I don't think I want to take credit for that. All right, so let's get on to the real talent. Our first performer is Isri Pete, meaning he's been on the stage in past years, typically as a rocker. This is a huge compliment. I believe he's straight out of the 80s. But what do you do when you're a rocker and your bandmates all graduate? And the answer is you become a singer-songwriter. And he has written over 100 songs. He is a true talent, both vocally and on the guitar.
So here to perform an original solo song entitled "Blind," please welcome our opening act, Henry Glass.
Stars in the sky, but I've been a blind man my eyes, and now you take my mind. You can't push me down, but the sun will still go around. You can take me home, but I'll never feel alone. I'm still standing here, why can't you make me disappear? You can't take my eyes, now you take my mind. You can't push me down, but the sun will still go around. You can take me home, but I'll never feel alone. I'm still standing here, why can't you make me disappear? You can take my eyes and now you take my mind. You can push me down, but the sun won't go around. You can take me home and now I feel alone. I'm not standing here, how did you make me disappear?
All right, next up is an a cappella act that we are simply calling the Dude Quartet.
The Four Dudes, yeah. The, yeah, the four dudes in this quartet are going to be singing a song called The Man with the Bag. They are Luke Frome, Drake Morvay, Noah Mortensen, and Dakota Olivos.
Santa Claus is on his way, riding in his sleigh. Hey, listen for his joyful sound, you'll hear it all around. Old Mr. Kringle soon gonna jingle the bells that'll single all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again, again. He's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is here again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good. He'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting, anticipating, they're all congregating, 'cause they're waiting for the man with the bag, the man with the bag. You better watch out, you better not pout, 'cause here comes the man with the bag.
All right, thank you very much. The next performer has been on the talent show stage before as well. Last year, she introduced us to something called acro jazz, and she's back again, this time with a contemporary dance performance.
Here to perform a dance to the song In the Stars by Ben Boone, please welcome to the stage Naya Kinney.
Sunday mornings I just sleep in. It's like I buried my faith with you. I'm screaming at a God
right, our next act features a vocal duet about the holiday season with some piano skills thrown in for good measure.
That's right. The vocals it's a vocal duet with Haley Dinger and Bethany Olafson. Haley is on piano, and the song is entitled Christmas Is.
Sleigh bells, Christmas is sharing, Christmas is holy, Christmas is caring, Christmas is children who just can't go to sleep, Christmas is memories, the kind you always keep. Deck the halls and give a cheer. It's nice to know what Christmas is each year. Christmas, Merry Christmas, when all your wishes come true. Christmas is carols to warm you in the snow. Christmas is bedtime where no one wants to go. Oh, the world is tinsel bright. So glad to know that Christmas is tonight. Christmas, Merry Christmas, when all your wishes come true. Christmas, Merry Christmas, may all your wishes come true.
Thank you guys, that was beautiful. Most of the bulldogs in this building are teenagers, but some of you guys have noticed, maybe if you're down near my classroom, that we have some little bulldogs here at West Albany, and they are pretty dang adorable, and they wanted to be a part of the show as well. And unfortunately, they're not here on Friday, but they did give us a video entry, including a little Ackerman, aka Mr. Engel's granddaughter. And this might shock you, but it was cute enough to make the show.
So please enjoy this video of our little bulldogs singing Jingle Bells. Our next performance is by another repeat performer, someone who has performed here last year, and she's going to play a very difficult piano piece that was made famous on TikTok. I've heard, I don't know, I'm trusting you.
We've never heard the song.
But the piano skills are amazing.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful song, and the young kids let me know why it is so famous. Michaela certainly does it justice. Here performing Golden Hour is Michaela Schaefer.
I've seen a lot of acts over the decades. Been here a long time. But this is the first year I have ever seen a clarinet quartet.
That's right, something a little new. The title of this piece is Clownery for Clarinets, and our performers are Kayla Steffen, Lorelei Shaleski, Aaliyah L. Curie, and Madeline Perkarevich. love for the woodwind section there. Speaking of new acts, I met this young performer that came to me with an idea for an act, just a young guy in a dream, the love for Hanukkah. You may have heard the name before. It is Max White.
I love you too. Since I've been on Duolingo for a few days, I thought I'd start with this brief song. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. But that's right, Mr. Hyde and Mr. Crow reminded me again that there are so many songs about Christmas and only a few about Hanukkah. So with that in mind, I now have accompanying me the most awesome guitarist I've ever worked with. Take it away, Henry Last! Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. It's so much Funukkah to celebrate Hanukkah. Hanukkah is that festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we get 8 crazy eyes. So when you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's a list of people who are Jewish, just like you and me. Sacha Baron Cohen lights the menorah. So does Jared Kushner and Lady Dinah Shora. And look who gives and gets loads of Hanukkah toys. Those girls from Ruka Salt and all 3 Beastie Boys. Hey, we've got Ann Landers and her sister dear Abby. When Paltrow's half Jewish, ooh, not too shabby. You don't need to deck the halls or Jingle Bell Rock, 'cause you can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk or Mr. Spock. They're both Jewish. Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. And the owner of the Seattle Supersonica celebrates Hanukkah. And Elon Musk, he's not a Jew. But guess who is the guy that does the voice for Scooby-Doo? And we've got Ed Landers and her sister, dear Abby. And we are gonna go now.
Mama thinks he is.
Oh yeah, so many Jews are in the showbiz. Tom Cruise isn't, but your mama thinks he is. Hey, Natalie, for Hanukkah, it's time for Hanukkah, and I hope I get an electronica on this joyful, toyful Hanukkah. So read with books on Hanukkah and get a good Hanukkah. If you really, really want to have a happy, 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 happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah!
Our next performer has incredible skills on the piano and has been asked to accompany other acts, but I'm really glad that we were able to find a spot in the show for him to have his own solo because he deserves it.
Yeah, his piano skills are best described as ridiculous. Here with performing a number called Toccata is the one, the only Jerry Wong.
used every single key. That was amazing. Our next performance adds both a beautiful song as well as a bilingual element to our show. Translated, the song means nothing is enough.
Yes, here to perform Nunca es Suficiente is Julia Berg, vocal and backing her up on guitar, Madeline Pergaravich.
Nunca suficiente para mí, porque siempre quiero más de ti. Yo quisiera hacerte más feliz, hoy, mañana, siempre hasta el fin. Mi corazón estalla por amor, y tú qué crees que esto es muy normal, acostumbrado es tanto al amor, que no lo ves. Yo nunca he estado así, si de casualidad me ves llorando un poco es porque yo te quiero a ti. Ta, 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 y tú te vas, bueno de enamorar. Todas ilusiones vagabundas que se dejan alcanzar y no verás que lo que te ofrezco es algo incondicional. Pa, ta, 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 y tú te vas, bueno de enamorar. Tendrás por las noches entre historias que te entienden, en final te perderás. Dentro de mis recuerdos por hablarme yo llorar. Nunca suficiente para mí, porque siempre quiero más de ti. No ha cambiado en mi sentir. Cuando me haces mal te quiero aquí. Mi corazón estalla por dolor. ¿Cómo evitar que fracture en mí? Acostumbrado es tanto al amor, que no lo ves. Yo nunca he estado así, si de casualidad me ves llorando un poco es porque yo te quiero a ti. La ta 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 ta, y tú te vas, jugando a enamorar. Todas las ilusiones vagabundas que se dejan alcanzar y no verás que lo que te ofrezco es algo incondicional, incondicional. Y tú te vas, jugando a enamorar. Tientas por las noches entre historias que no entienden, en final te perderás. Dentro de mis recuerdos por hablarme yo llorar. Te perderás. Dentro de mis recuerdos por hablarme yo llorar. Te perderás. Dentro de mis recuerdos por hablarme yo llorar.
Very, very well done. Muy bonita, mis amigas. All right, I am a huge fan of poetry, and I've been very happy to see an uptick in the poetic auditions that we've seen the last couple of years. I particularly enjoy spoken word poetry, and I was very glad to see our next performer back. once again to share her talent.
Here to deliver a poetry presentation entitled Somewhere is Piper Planet.
Somewhere in the world, there is a table. And on that table, there is a coaster. This isn't a metaphor, it's a fact. Additionally, in the world, there is a person, people you or I will never meet, not even brief eye contact shared on a bus never meet. I mean never share a state, share a country, share a language, kind of never meet. There's a school with maybe the same colors and logo as this one, and I could live a life full and never even see a single student that goes there, faces with beauty marks and smile lines simply from places too far from mine. At this own school, I don't know the majority of people in this room by name. And there are plenty of you, my name you only know because it was said just moments ago. Meeting every day at 7 in the morning to each other, silhouettes so familiar yet foreign. Somewhere in the world, there is a coaster. And on that coaster, there is a glass. I got catcalled walking into the store to get groceries. And it was dark, and it was night, and I'm very pick-upable height, and I was nervous to walk back to my car. So I asked if an employee would please help me carry my bags out. One did, then went back to work, reshelving soup cans, not knowing he was the hero in my story, if for only a night. Strangely, because of the way numbers work, that few-minute interaction has made me closer to that man than I am to 8 billion other people on the planet. Stranger still, the same can be said for the man that catcalled me. Both of them, and everyone in here, better or worse, names or no, is in my top million. Somewhere in the world there is a glass, and in that glass there can be anything inside. Water, Mountain Dew, or thumbtacks, cocoa, Red Bull, or Campbell Wax, a drink I've never heard of and can't pronounce, or it's empty. In the world, there is a table, a coaster, a glass with something or nothing inside. Metaphor or fact, you decide.
I'm a fan of Ella Fitzgerald, and her songs are very difficult to take on unless your name is Zion.
That is true. Zion is back again this year, and this time she brought a band that can play some sweet jazz. These guys are so good, I feel like they could make an album tomorrow, and I would buy it. Vocals by Zion Malel. Her band involves Simeon Brayman, Jerry Wong, and Brenson Minor. Now, that was amazing, but I have a beef, and it's this. I'm watching this incredible band play, listening to Zion sing, and Brenson's got the jazz percussion going on. It's all right, but it's kind of low key. And back in my day, if there was a really good drummer, someone would yell out, "drum solo," to like kick it up a notch. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to say drum solo because I don't think we're properly using Brenson minor. We've got a much bigger drum set sitting right here, and I say drum solo, Brenson minor. Take it away.
always close the show every year with the same song and a different performer. And this year, to perform the Christmas song,
we have Jerry Wong accompanying, and our lead vocal is Haley Dinger.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, West Albany.
All right. Hey, I want to give a huge shout out to our talent. Of course, all the performers who are amazing, but this talent show has an incredible amount of talent that may not have a spotlight on it. And so, as always, I want to give a big shout out to our sound and tech crews who are amazing. Yeah. Yeah, they work behind the scenes to make this show what it is. Thank you so much to our staff, to Mr. Welsh, Mr. Bose, and Brian Thompson, and all of the people that make this show truly, truly special. So thank you so much.
all right, that's it for this year. We hope to see you next year. And you have about a 10-minute break, and then you'll be headed off to period 6.
Merry Christmas, West.